weather planning briefing for Thursday, October 17th. We're expecting several inches of precipitation starting tonight, tomorrow, through early next week. Snow levels falling to about 3,000 feet by Saturday night into Sunday, and then rising back to 6,000 by Tuesday, and then maybe falling back to 4,000 by Wednesday. So we're going to have multiple waves. Our confidence is pretty high for the first and second wave. So tonight, expect precip to start falling around 2 a.m. Lookout Pass, probably in the form of wet snow, and then a few hours later, Lolo Pass, and then the steady precip should end by like daybreak Friday morning, and then just become more showery the rest of the morning and into the afternoon. Then another wave comes through late Friday night, continues into Saturday morning, and then it just can become really showery again. And then another one, probably by Saturday evening, Saturday afternoon, through much of Sunday, and could be some pretty heavy showers. And then more waves are expected Monday through Wednesday, and could be a pretty wet system, but snow levels are going to be rising up to 7,000 feet by Tuesday, and going to be experiencing the potential for some snow like Morais Pass, Glacier National Park on Wednesday. There's some cold air coming down out of Canada, according to some of the models, so that could bring the snow levels down to about 4,000 feet. So here's some total snowfall for tonight, Friday morning. These amounts may actually be on the high end because road temperatures are going to be near freezing or above freezing, Lookout Pass and Lolo Pass. So I'm kind of thinking that it's going to be some wet snow. It may try to stick, be more wet snow. It might be like melting as it falls, and it's just going to be kind of a quick little system tonight. Not going to really spend too much time on the details. Looking at the probability for greater than 2 inches for tonight's system, about 64% Lookout Pass, 43% Lolo Pass. So not really the greatest percentage for greater than 2 inches of snow. So the system Friday night and Saturday is going to be a little bit more impressive. It could be seeing anywhere from 8 inches to 12 inches at Lookout Pass, 6 to 8 inches at Lolo Pass. And those amounts actually could be on the high end because it's going to be highly convective in nature. So, the confidence of total snow amounts is not as high. In those places, it could be a couple inches. Morais Pass, Georgetown Lake could get, up to 2 inches. Also Lost Trail Pass, Dixie, probably get some snow. Generally, snow levels are going to be down to like 4,500 feet, plus or minus. So the interpretation of this, probability of 2 inches or more, basically what we're seeing here is a pretty good chance for mountain areas along the Montana-Idaho border to get at least 2 inches, and also Morais Pass and Lost Trail Pass. The Northwest Montana, 53% Yak, 40% in Libby. That's probably on the high end, probably. Just these places are fairly mild, but it could be some wet snow and it's probably going to be melting, so maybe if you were to see 2 inches, it'd probably be more in the grass in those areas. The conclusion that came out from the probability of 6 inches or greater is that there is actually a decent chance for that to happen at Lookout Pass, more so than Lolo Pass Saturday morning, well, Friday night and Saturday, and lesser everywhere else. So this kind of third wave of precip, Saturday evening through Sunday, could actually be as impressive or even more impressive in the mountains. And there is a chance that some of these places could get heavy rates of snow, maybe 1 to 2 inch per hour rates, if we're able to get these the right conditions together, is what we're potentially seeing. And probably a little bit more widespread areas seeing a little bit more snowfall, like Elk City 2 to 4 inches. Pierce could actually get several inches of snow. And then we'll look at probabilities next. There are indications late Saturday night, Sunday morning that snow levels could actually lower even more, down to like 3,000 feet. Our confidence is about moderate on that, but couldn't rule out some wet flakes, in some of the valleys in western Montana and even in Idaho. Maybe up to an inch in Hamilton, maybe a half an inch in Missoula. So here's a probability of 2 inches or more, and just kind of confirming some of these areas that we're predicting several inches of snow. Like Pierce and Dixie and even Williams Creek Summit down there in Lemhi County, 85%. So a pretty high chance of 2 inches or more, in this time period. Even 60% Phillipsburg, Georgetown Lake, 50% McDonald Pass, 44% Homestake Pass. So probability for 6 inches or greater Saturday night and Sunday. You may notice that Lolo Pass is actually a little higher than the previous wave. This is at 66%, and Lookout Pass is fairly high as well, 74%. And in the mountains, Clearwater Mountains, along the and also along the Montana-Idaho border, there's a fairly high probability for that. Lesser probability elsewhere. So this is like a 48-hour precip total from Saturday through Sunday, and hopefully showing you that the valley locations, especially in central Idaho, could get a pretty decent amount of rainfall, which could be some issues with rockfall, that sort of thing. So another several inches of snow is possible along the Idaho and Montana border Sunday night into Monday. At the passes there, at lesser amounts elsewhere, and also maybe a 1/4 inch to 3/4 of an inch of rainfall in the lower elevations in central Idaho. But confidence is not as high for this period. We're just kind of in this like northwest flow. It's still moist, still like upslope sort of precipitation against the Idaho-Montana border. So during the Tuesday-Wednesday time frame, there's still a lot of discrepancies with timing of waves in the models, but overall it seems like confidence is fairly high for a fairly wet system, or like a period of wet weather with rising snow levels, less than an inch of precip in the valleys, maybe 1 to 3 inches in the mountains. There's some subtropical moisture that's going to be moving in the westerly flow. So, and again, it could be the upslope regions, also the mountains, Glacier Park, Mission Mountains could get the brunt of the heavier precipitation. And then potentially lowering snow levels by Wednesday if we're able to get some of that colder air coming in. So it could be one of those situations where Marias Pass sees a changeover to snow, and they're getting heavy snow. So in summary, it's going to be a fairly active pattern. It's a little crazy to try to like talk about all the different waves, but overall it's going to be fairly wet. Snow levels very close or below the pass level between Idaho and Montana. We have pretty good confidence for this pattern. Snow levels are moderate confidence, and then pretty high that we see several feet of snow in the mountains. Breezy conditions Friday, Saturday. Here's the weather threat matrix. Generally about moderate for like north central Idaho, Saturday, Sunday, and Tuesday. West central Montana, Saturday, Sunday, and Tuesday. We're expecting breezy conditions on Friday and a little bit on Saturday, but the winds may start to diminish later on Saturday and into Sunday. The next briefing will be this Sunday, October 20th. If you have any questions, give us a call, 406-329-4840.